Hello people. Alright, so here we are for another setup. And yeah, Portimao, one of the earliest racetracks I raced in for my league. And safe to say, until today, I don't really enjoy this track. It's how do I put this? It's a track where locking up is it's a guarantee, and if you don't lock up, you're probably either having ABS or you're just too good on your brakes. Either one's gonna happen. I don't really enjoy this track. It feels so like driving on ice. There's no grip on the tires. Even in time trial, it's just like doesn't grip up at all no matter what I try. I've been here for like an hour or so, and nothing really seems to work. It's either there's understeer, there's oversteer, and sometimes the tire just doesn't want to grip in, and then the lockups, it's just a matter compounding on its own. So either way, here's something that I found that kind of makes it consistent. I went for 2 runs, 3 runs, and finally there's something that I feel that it's pretty nice to use. 10-9 wings, a pretty high around here. Again, Portimao is a track where no matter what you do, your ERS regen is gonna be crap. So might as well run a somewhat of a high aero setup. Look after your tires because they do wear out quite a bit around here. And once they do, you lose a lot of pace, especially in the slowest. It's a track full of slow corners, so you're going to lose a lot of pace once the tires are wearing out. So 10-9 is what I'm running. I was originally trying 9-9, 8-8 even, which is something I ran in my league race, but soon I realized that no matter what I do, I don't have pace over there. So 9-9 is somewhat better. 10-9 you can use it probably if you need some extra front wing, some extra turn in. Either way, transmission I'm running 90/57. I prepped 100. The problem is, again, here I can't seem to just get the traction down on any of these corners. Even in Grand Prix mode when I did it, it's just super difficult to get traction down. Even when you're fully straight on the tarmac, not on the curb, uh, the car still just slides away no matter how much downforce you put on. So again, I guess it's a track thing or it's a me thing, I don't know. But 90 on throttle, pretty standard. It gives you quite a good smooth traction out of corners. At the same time, it doesn't bog you down too much. Off throttle, I have put it up to 57 just so I make the rears a bit locked on or the off throttle is a bit locked, so that when I'm braking, when I'm going off throttle, this damn car doesn't lock up. So this is the only thing that seems to be helping me to get better trail braking as well. But the compromise is this is gonna kind of make the car a little understeery, so that's why I have one extra front wing to compensate for that. Not that it matters, as long as you get good pace overall, it should pay off on its own. Overtaking is pretty difficult anyway, so you might as well save your ERS by being in someone else's DRS range. Just recharge all the way. And yeah, 57 off throttle, just nice, I guess. You can lower it for sure, but the thing is, there's a lot of high speed change of directions here, and also corners where oversteer becomes understeer, understeer becomes oversteer, like that dreaded turn 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sequence, all those corners. So a lot of ups and downs, right? So it quickly changes the balance from understeer to oversteer. Having a little bit locked rear helps you to negate that effect when you're putting down your throttle or braking in. You can put even more if you want, but again, it's gonna induce more understeer in the car. For this track, I'd say probably it's a good thing to have slightly higher off throttle, just so the car has a good balance on throttle and off throttle. Suspension geometry, I'm keeping it the same as it is. I've tried right, left also. Doesn't seem to make any difference to the traction and whatnot coming out of corners. The only thing that is definitely helping is the off throttle around here and some extra rear wing. Suspension, I'm just running with my baseline over here. No fancy adjustments. I tried lowering it, but it's just making it worse around here. I can't be asked for this track, so this is what you have to bear with. I don't want the race to be any stiffer either, because then the race just slides away uncontrollably around here. It's not like any other track where the slide is kind of predictable. If you have put in a little too much steering angle, you're gonna slide, you are able to catch it. Here it just happens, it just snaps out of nowhere and you don't get a feeling on the steering. Again, it might be me thing, or it's just the track thing in this game. It sucks. So let's move on to the next one. The brakes, 150, just standard. I would say probably if you are locking up the rears a lot, which I have been suffering quite a lot in this track, you can just use 51 front brake bias. It's not gonna affect your cornering in any way. If anything, it will help you to push the balance a little forward, so that the rears do not lock up under heavy braking and trail braking, like turn 3, turn 4, and then at the end of the sector 1, wherever there's slow corners around there. And then the faster corners, you can use 50%. Turn 8, maybe again, that dreaded turn 8, you can use 51 again, just so you push the load slightly forward before you brake, and then you do not overslow the rear. Tire pressures, again, questionable. You feel that you may want to run slightly lower pressures here. One click, maybe just fine. Any lower and you will struggle when the high speed change of direction comes around. Either way, in the race, actually it's kind of nice to run full pressures because it looks after the rear tires. On the fronts, they do tend to overheat a little bit, so that's why I'm running just right in the middle, 23.0. Qualifying as well, maybe you can run slightly higher or one click lower, depending on what you need. If they are overheating in first run, come back in, go for soft lower pressure. If they are not overheating at all and you feel you need that slight bit more responsiveness on the front, for your next run you can increase 1 or 2 psi, but be careful when it becomes responsive on the front, that can induce oversteer on the rear, so be careful with your tire pressures as well. Alright, so either way, let's have a recap on the setup. 9.9, 10.9, either way you can use it. Transmission 9057, right, left, 11, 16, 27, the baseline that I always use. Brakes 150, maybe 51 if you need for some corners. Tire pressures, as you see, 23 on the front, 23.5 on the rear. For the wets, it's pretty dreadful around here. It's already pretty difficult to manage in the dries. In the wets, just go full 11. Have maximum downforce, and you don't have to worry about having problems under braking and acceleration. For your off throttle, probably you can drop down 1 or 2%. That should help the rear to rotate, given that you may be having slight bit of understeer in the wets. There's less grip either way, right? Or if you're being conservative, you might want to brake early and whatnot, then keep it high like this. But I'd say definitely at least 1% lower helps in the wets. Suspension geometry, nothing much changed. Suspension, again, I'd say it's pretty much the same, and everything else you can keep it the same. So yeah, that is Portimao. I'm low-key happy this track is not in the next game, perhaps as DLCs, but again, if with different physics, different handling, perhaps it might feel better. If all this feeling like you're driving on ice and all those stuff are eliminated in the next game, this would be a nice track to drive, I'm not gonna lie. But either way, so stay tuned and check out the other videos as well that we have on the channel. More setups, whatever setups you need, or if you just need a 1-hour tutorial on how to make your own setups, if you're pretty lifeless with that, go ahead, watch that now, and I'll see you in the next setup. And we'll have Baku as well, probably, or I don't know, I've recorded a few in a row. You might see this early, you might see this at the end of the week. Either way, it's gonna be a surprise for you. So take care everyone, stay safe, and ciao.